today? Aussie Bonsai Bloke, here you go. Well, just having an after work coffee. Bit been going on. I tried to monetize the channel. I sort of half succeeded, but I'm having a lot of trouble setting up my AdSense account with Google. I'm a bit beyond technology, so I've got no idea what's going on there. Can't seem to work it out, but I'll get there. Stubby holders, I'm going to order them this week, so we'll have some stubby holders out soon. That's about it for the update of what's going on. This tree here, I'm pretty sure is a Melalueca linearifolia, something like that, linearifolia, or snow in summer. This tree I planted back at my old place 2 houses ago, so my original house, and I planted it in the ground. It was probably in the ground for maybe 2 years, and then we had to move, and as with most of the natives that I dug up, they all died. But I did do an experiment, and I put 3 of them straight in water, so you might be able to hear that. It's literally been chucked in water with gravel and no drainage, so it's been constantly flooded in water the whole time. Pumps just turned on, bit annoying. So it's been flooded the whole time as an experiment. The other 2 that got flooded died, but then the other 5 that just got potted into normal pots all died anyway. I'm talking Australian natives. So it's just an experiment. So one of them survived, so that's good. It's been in this pot in the water for 2 years without getting any air to it apart from the air that's in the water. It's had no drainage, and I've never swapped the water out, so I don't know whether it's stagnant or whether it's created its own little environment or what's going on, but the tree seems to be okay. Even some weeds keep growing in here, but in general the tree's been really healthy. The bottom of the base, it's funny, it's all soggy and swollen. I don't even think these are meant to grow in the swampy ground. I'd have to do some research on this type of Melalueca, but it is, and it's surviving and growing really well. And I've even cut it back last year without repotting it, but this year I'm going to repot it into a normal pot with drainage and see what happens. Check out the roots, see how many roots there are, if there are any, and that's basically it. So I'm pretty excited to actually rip it out of here and have a look. It's so heavy to try and carry because it's pure gravel and water for this whole tub, and it's a, I don't know, 20 or at least a 20 litre tub, so pretty heavy. So what I'm going to do is, this tub's pretty brittle now anyway, so I'll probably just crack it apart. See if I can get it on camera here. I'll probably just crack it apart and let it all fall apart, and then we'll see what we got in there. Alright, let's check it out. So this plastic's fairly brittle. I'll try not to cut my hand on the plastic while I break it. Just got me in the face. Bloody beauty, mate. Bloody beauty. So it's going to be, yeah, interesting. Very interesting. See, I should really get something to break this because I'm going to end up cutting my hand. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Hopefully just being in gravel it will clear out pretty easy, I don't know. I don't want to break too many roots, because I know how temperamental the Australian natives can be. You can see it's actually got a lot of root mass on the bottom here. Very weak, like I think because it's been so waterlogged it just fell off. So I've got to be really careful about repotting this, I think. Might just sort of shake out the worst of the gravel and then just put it in another pot with some soil. Might be the way to go. Don't want to get too crazy and wreck it. Luckily where this is all going, straight back on the ground where I've already got gravel on the ground around the bonsai. So I won't even have to clean anything up, you bloody beauty. Bloody beauty, mate. So yeah, pretty excited about how this has survived, because if you've been following my channel you know that I really do want to get more into my Australian natives. So to have one survive collection out the ground, I'm pretty stoked. I've just got to be so careful. Just gently massage all this gravel out. And if some gravel stays in there, so be it. I'm not going to completely, I mean you could say bare root it, but it's not really bare rooting as such, because it's just gravel anyway. At least I'll be able to lift it soon. Some of those roots on the bottom could have been weeds too, because this had a fairly hefty weed infestation in the pot that I pulled out a few weeks ago when I did some weeding. To me it seems like the roots sort of grow right off a bit, so I don't think it's been great being swamped like that permanently for 2 years. Maybe last year I should have thought about repotting. It's got some really old rotten roots in there, but on the whole it's alive, so that's the main thing. Okay, I think I've got to about all I dare to take out. Another little scratch. Why not? Come on, just give it another scratch, mate. Right. It's also got a bit of an old base here too, but it's got roots on it. I'm very apprehensive about cutting it off. Looks like when I collected it, I've left a bit of a bulb on the bottom here, but I'm going to leave that and put it into a deeper container because I don't want to play around with that. So I got snapped off a branch. So yeah, cool. Let's get it in the shed and pot it up. I think we're nearly up to that stage. Let's do it. G'day guys, welcome back. Oh, hang on. I just forgot to put you guys on charge because you're about to go flat. And if you guys go flat, you won't be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm just about to hook you up to the power. Prepare to feel the power. Here we go. Okay, you guys are on charge now, charging up. Hope you can feel it. And we're back to the video. You reckon I can feel it, Seth?
Yeah.
Oh, the dog just hit the board. You reckon? Yeah. Dog wants to say hello. Up. Blew up, blew up, blew up. Up.
He says hello.
So I ended up cutting off one root on the bottom, which was dead, and dried up, which was stopping it going down that far. So I can now get it that much further down, which is probably 2 inches, 5 centimeters. Leo, go the other way, bud. Can't go through there. Thanks, Seth. As you can see, there's still a fair bit of root mass on the bottom because it's trying to roll over all the time.
And now it won't go out.
I was either going to put it in a nursery pot. Pretty well I was going to put it in a nursery pot, but I found this pot that I got on the weekend for 15 bucks. It's got really small drainage holes which will help it hold a lot of moisture, which it's used to, I suppose, so hopefully that'll help it. I've just got to cut a bit of gutter guard, as usual. I'm not organised. Alright, so I've just cut a couple of bits of gutter guard, so I'm going to put them in the bottom. Then we got I've got a big one of this Osmocote. It's only like $13 for a cactus succulent, a really big bag, so I thought I'd just do that. It's a lot cheaper way of doing it, and in Australian climates it seems to work fine. My trees are looking really, really healthy this year. With the new shade on, and I've been keeping up regular fertilising and trying to. Oh, you got to leave that mounded up, bud. So we leave it mounded up so that when you push it in, then the root ball squashes into all the holes. And then we just wriggle it in like this, Sethy.
And then make sure the
We can
root's
probably
gone.
sort of choose the front if we wanted to. I would say that's the back. If that's the case, we want to lean it more that way, towards the front, and we don't want the trunk straight up and down either. So we can either lean it that way, maybe we'll lean it that way. And this is not a permanent thing, this is just for now. It can be changed later if I haven't planted it quite right or whatever. Or I could go that way. No, the root base is more like that. I'll go like that. And then when the roots spread, when the roots get exposed more as it gets older, they'll all be able to be shown. If I have it on too much of an angle, one side of the roots will have to be buried forever. So that's pretty good. We're happy with that. What do you reckon? Happy?
Yeah.
Now, grab some pot mix and fill up the pot. Oh, just grab it out of the bag, so I was going to help you. Made a big mesh, man.
All cleaned up.
Yeah. So it looks like they've gone and changed our mix again, unless the smaller bags of cactus mix have more grit, but this seems to have a lot less grit again, which is what they did to our bonsai soil, which is why I've sort of steered away from the bonsai soil. They changed it just to potting mix. And now I'm starting to think that this is the same. That'll do, bud.
Yeah.
But anyway, it is what it is, and this tree couldn't be any more moist than when it was underwater, so I suppose it's not going to matter. So that's it. I just put it in here, $15 pot that I got on the weekend, so it didn't last long and it's already being used, because as you probably know, I'm well short of pots. Probably not going to trim the top, just going to see how it responds, and then maybe in another couple of months, if it responds with good growth, then I'll trim the top a bit. But for now, just going to let the top grow and sort itself out, see how it wants to grow. Try and find a bit of moss to put around here, because it always looks better with moss, plus it does keep the moisture in better. Just wash the sides in so that we've got a bit of a spot where the water can lay and really soak in there. If you have it too mounded up without a lip around the edge where the water can lay, it'll just run off the sides without really getting into your pot. So we might have just overdone it there a little bit, but she's all sweet and fine. Okay, so now we've got some nice flat areas there for the water to lay and really soak in. Now let's just go and, I don't know where we're going to find it, but let's go and find some moss. We've had a few hot days, so the moss is probably dried up around the place, but we'll see. Okay, so we've got the moss on, and now we're just going to give it a bit of a water, put it back on the benches, see how it recovers. Hopefully it does well, because I'm pretty excited about this little tree, and it's getting a reasonable base to it already, at least an inch across, a couple of thumbs fatness, yeah, at least an inch across, doing well, so pretty happy. Alright Seth, chuck on some water mate, and go I showed you out the front with your seedlings. Just put a little bit on all around. And then this tree will hopefully be happy and live a long, happy life in the bonsai collection.
Small like that.
Maybe another 10 years. What do you reckon, Seth? This tree might start looking pretty decent.
Yeah. And also you forgot that we're going to do the spin at the end of the video.
Yeah, we'll give it a spin. Spin at the end. And then we're going to have a little bonus on the lawn update as well. And show you Seth's seeds for his veggie patch that he planted, him and his sister, Taya.
And your mum helped us.
Yeah, we gave you a bit of a hand, but you guys mainly did it. Plant your own veggies. Pretty good learning gardening at your age, isn't it, bud?
Yeah. Well, Dad,
Good fun.
they're not all veggies. Because
Right.
my watermelon's fruit.
Alright, fine, you got me on that one. Alright, so we'll give it a spin on the way out. I'll give you a bit of a close-up. We're going to have a bonus of the lawn and that, as I said. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see how she recovers, and we'll just bring you closer for a spin. Cheers. So the pot doesn't quite suit it, but that's okay. At least it fits in there. Do a slow spin, bud. You can do it at the bottom here, see that? And you give it a slow spin, a bit faster. That's it.
Wait, Dad, you forgot. Um,
Oh, that's the front. I can't remember which way the front is. Okay, guys, just a quick update. Back lawn, still filling in, getting better every day.
hi.
Okay, guys, front lawn. After that work that we did, putting the sand on with the kids on the back of the pallet, really filling in. I had a deep spot there of sand, deep spot there, a deep spot over there, but it's filling in nice, looking really good. If you get over to some areas like this, just long, straight, nice sections, you can see, get down low, she's really coming along nice. So not long and she'll be fully filled in. These patches here, not too bad. There is grass sort of mixed in around there, so it won't take too long. Those patches looked like that only a couple of weeks ago. So not long, and we're going to have a lawn again. Then we've got to wait for the rosemary to grow around. No worries. Cheers for watching Aussie Bonsai Bloke. Please like, share, subscribe. Tell your mates about the channel. Oh, Seth just wants to show you seeds. What is it, bud?
Well, I'm growing lettuce here and there, and then I'm also growing cucumber and watermelon, and then Taya is growing what's it called again?
I think she's got tomato, kale.
Yeah, tomato, kale, and another one.
What's the other one?
Corn.
Corn. Nice.
So we're growing them.
So we're going to grow them and then you're going to put them in the garden, aren't you?
Yeah.
Nice.
What?
You got to keep talking.
No, you. I'm done.
Okay, no worries, guys. Cheers. And we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.